Welcome back to our channel, Mindbenders. We're so glad you're here to join us on another journey of discovery and exploration. Today, we're exploring karma and rebirth, and it's going to be an amazing. Get ready to dive in, share your thoughts, and join the conversation. The concepts of karma and rebirth are central to many spiritual traditions, particularly Hinduism and Buddhism. They offer a framework for understanding the interconnectedness of actions, consequences, and the cyclical nature of existence. This video will explore these interconnected concepts, examining their historical roots, philosophical interpretations, and practical implications. The roots of karma and rebirth can be traced back to ancient India, where these concepts were woven into the fabric of various religious and philosophical systems. Hinduism. In Hinduism, the cycle of rebirth, known as sasra, is a fundamental principle. It is believed that actions, karma, influence the quality and form of one's rebirth, determining the conditions and experiences of the next life. The goal of Hinduism is to achieve moksha, liberation from the cycle of death and rebirth, which can be attained through various paths, including devotion, knowledge, and action. Jainism views karma as a particulate substance that attaches to the soul based on actions, influencing future existences. The aim is to purify the soul through strict adherence to non-violence, ahimsa, truth, and ascetic practices. Liberation, or moksha, occurs when the soul is freed from all karmic particles. Buddhism also embraces the concept of karma and rebirth, but with a slightly different emphasis. In Buddhism, karma refers to intentional actions driven by sunyata, intention, which lead to future consequences. The cycle of rebirth, called samsara, is shaped by karma, and the goal of Buddhist practice is to escape this cycle and achieve nirvana, a state of enlightenment and liberation from suffering. Philosophical interpretations of karma and rebirth in Buddhism. Buddhism's concepts of karma and rebirth are intricately intertwined, forming the foundation of its philosophical understanding of existence and the path to liberation. While the basic tenets are relatively straightforward, the philosophical interpretations and nuances within these doctrines have been debated and explored for centuries, resulting in diverse perspectives across different schools of Buddhist thought. We will delve into these interpretations, examining the core principles, key differences, and the enduring relevance of these concepts to Buddhist philosophy. What is the karma and rebirth? Karma in Buddhism refers to the principle of action and consequence, emphasizing that every intentional action, sunyata, creates karmic traces or seeds within the mind. These seeds, influenced by the intention behind the action, ripen into future consequences, shaping an individual's experiences and future rebirths. Rebirth, also known as samsara, is the continuous cycle of birth, death, and rebirth driven by ignorance, desire, and aversion. This cycle is not a simple reincarnation of a soul, but rather a continuous process of becoming, where consciousness, influenced by karma, manifests in different forms across lifetimes. Highlighting diverse philosophical perspectives. In early Buddhism, focus on intention. Early Buddhist texts emphasize the importance of intention as the driving force behind karma. Actions driven by wholesome intentions lead to positive consequences, while unwholesome intentions lead to suffering. Dependent origination. The concept of dependent origination, pratitya samutpada, provides a framework for understanding the interconnectedness of all phenomena, including karma and rebirth. No eternal soul. Early Buddhism rejects the notion of an eternal soul or self that transmigrates from one life to the next. Rebirth is seen as a continuous process of becoming, shaped by the karmic traces carried over from previous lives. Theravada Buddhism. Emphasis on individual responsibility. Theravada Buddhism stresses individual responsibility for one's karma and emphasizes the importance of cultivating wholesome actions to escape the cycle of rebirth. Emphasis on mindfulness. Mindfulness practices are crucial for understanding the nature of karma and becoming aware of the intentions behind actions. Liberation through nibbana. The ultimate goal in Theravada Buddhism is to achieve nibbana, a state of liberation from the cycle of rebirth, attained through the elimination of craving and ignorance. Mahayana Buddhism. Bodhisattva ideal. Mahayana Buddhism introduces the concept of bodhisattvas, enlightened beings who choose to remain in the cycle of rebirth to help others attain liberation. Emptiness. Sunyata Mahayana philosophy emphasizes the concept of emptiness, suggesting that all phenomena, including karma and rebirth, are ultimately devoid of inherent self-nature. Compassion and wisdom. The path to liberation involves cultivating both compassion for all beings and wisdom to understand the true nature of reality. Tibetan Buddhism. Bardo teachings. Tibetan Buddhism elaborates on the intermediate state between death and rebirth, Bardo, and provides detailed guidance for navigating this transition. 6 realms. Tibetan Buddhism describes 6 realms of existence: devas, humans, asuras, animals, hungry ghosts, and hell beings, each representing a different karmic condition. Role of lamas and rituals. Tibetan Buddhism emphasizes the role of spiritual teachers, lamas, and rituals in guiding individuals through the karmic process and towards liberation. The enduring relevance of karma and rebirth. Despite the diverse interpretations, the concepts of karma and rebirth remain central to Buddhist philosophy, offering a framework for understanding the nature of suffering. Karma explains the origin of suffering, not as a result of external forces, but as a consequence of our own actions. The importance of ethical conduct. The belief in karma emphasizes the importance of ethical conduct, as our actions have consequences that extend beyond this life. The potential for transformation. Rebirth offers a hopeful perspective, suggesting that we can change our karmic patterns and create a more positive future through mindful action and spiritual practice. The interconnectedness of all beings. The concept of karma highlights the interconnectedness of all beings, as our actions affect not only ourselves but also others. The philosophical interpretations of karma and rebirth in Buddhism continue to be a subject of ongoing inquiry and debate. While the specific details may differ across schools of thought, the core principles remain essential to the Buddhist understanding of existence, suffering, and the path to liberation. By exploring these concepts, we gain valuable insights into the nature of our own actions, the consequences of our choices, and the potential for transformation that lies within each of us. The concepts of karma and rebirth in Buddhism, while often viewed as abstract philosophical ideas, have profound practical implications for daily life. They provide a framework for understanding the interconnectedness of actions, consequences, and the potential for transformation across lifetimes. This understanding motivates ethical conduct, fosters compassion, and inspires personal growth, ultimately leading towards a path of liberation from suffering. Ethical conduct and moral responsibility. The belief in karma underscores the importance of ethical conduct, sila. Recognizing that actions have consequences, both in this life and in future rebirths, encourages individuals to cultivate wholesome intentions and engage in actions that promote well-being, compassion, and wisdom. This principle fosters a sense of personal responsibility for one's actions and encourages individuals to consider the impact of their choices on themselves and others. The 5 precepts, a set of guidelines for ethical living, are rooted in this understanding of karma. These precepts, which include refraining from killing, stealing, lying, sexual misconduct, and intoxication, serve as a practical guide for navigating daily life in a way that minimizes harm and cultivates positive karma. Cultivating compassion and interconnectedness. The concept of karma also fosters a sense of compassion, karuna, and loving kindness, metta. Understanding that all beings are interconnected and subject to the same karmic laws encourages individuals to develop a desire to alleviate suffering for themselves and others. This understanding promotes empathy and motivates individuals to engage in acts of kindness and generosity, recognizing that these actions create positive karmic imprints that can benefit both oneself and others. The belief in rebirth offers a hopeful perspective, suggesting that individuals can change their karmic patterns and create a more positive future through mindful action and spiritual practice. This understanding provides motivation for personal growth and transformation, encouraging individuals to cultivate wholesome qualities, such as generosity, kindness, and mindfulness, which can lead to favorable rebirths and ultimately, liberation from the cycle of suffering. Mindfulness and awareness. This concept of karma emphasizes the importance of mindfulness and awareness. By becoming more conscious of their intentions and actions, individuals can better understand the karmic consequences of their choices. This awareness allows for greater control over one's actions and promotes a more ethical and compassionate way of living. Meditation and mindfulness practices are essential tools for developing this awareness, allowing individuals to observe their thoughts, emotions, and actions with greater clarity. Through these practices, individuals can break free from habitual patterns of negative karma and cultivate more wholesome ways of being. While the ultimate goal in Buddhism is to achieve liberation, nirvana, from the cycle of rebirth, the teachings on karma and rebirth provide a framework for navigating this cycle with greater awareness and purpose. Understanding the nature of karma and its influence on rebirth allows individuals to make choices that lead to more favorable conditions in future lives. The concept of rebirth also encourages individuals to view their current life as an opportunity for growth and transformation. By cultivating positive karma and engaging in spiritual practices, individuals can create a more positive future for themselves and contribute to the well-being of all beings. The practical implications of karma and rebirth in Buddhism are far-reaching, influencing every aspect of daily life. By understanding these concepts, individuals can cultivate ethical conduct, foster compassion, and engage in personal growth, ultimately working towards a path of liberation from suffering. These principles provide a framework for living a meaningful and purposeful life, recognizing the interconnectedness of all beings and the potential for transformation that lies within each of us. As we conclude our journey into the profound concepts of karma and rebirth in Buddhism, we are reminded of the powerful interplay between our actions and their consequences. These teachings not only provide insight into the cyclical nature of existence but also encourage us to embrace ethical conduct and cultivate compassion in our daily lives. By recognizing that our intentions shape our experiences and future rebirths, we can take personal responsibility for our actions, fostering a sense of mindfulness that guides us toward positive choices. The understanding that we are interconnected with all beings inspires us to act with kindness and empathy, creating ripples of positive karma that benefit not just ourselves, but the world around us. The hope offered by the belief in rebirth motivates us to pursue personal growth and transformation, reminding us that every moment is an opportunity to change our karmic patterns. Through meditation and mindful practices, we can gain clarity on our thoughts and actions, empowering us to break free from negative habits and cultivate a more wholesome existence. Ultimately, the teachings of karma and rebirth encourage us to view our lives as a meaningful journey, one where we have the potential to create a brighter future for ourselves and others. As we strive for liberation from suffering, let us carry these principles with us, recognizing the profound impact of our choices and the interconnectedness of all life. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of karma and rebirth in Buddhism. We hope this journey inspires you to reflect on your own actions and their consequences, fostering a more compassionate and mindful way of living. Until next time, keep seeking wisdom and understanding on your path.